Now, if I didn't know any better, I'd say that you're looking at running for president.
Do it. Do it. Look at me. Do it. I will personally write you a campaign check now on behalf of this country, which does not want you to be president, but which badly wants you to run.
I am officially running for President of the United States, and we are going to make our country great again.
There's not going to be a President Donald Trump.
I think that man will be president of the United States right about the time that spaceships come down filled with dinosaurs and red cake.
Donald Trump has been saying that he will run for president as a Republican, which is surprising since I just assumed he was running as a joke.
Donald Trump will not become president.
I continue to believe Mr. Trump will not be president.
Donald Trump will never, ever be president.
Moderator, but apparently believes that Donald Trump is a clown.
President Obama will go down as perhaps the worst president in the history of the United States! Exclamation point at real Donald Trump. Well, at real Donald Trump, at least I will go down as a president.
You're never going to be president of the United States by insulting your way to
Let's see, I'm at 42 and you're at...
We have a key race alert right now. Donald Trump now has reached the number of delegates needed to clinch the Republican presidential nomination.
So right now, Mr. Trump, to answer your call for political honesty, I just want to say you're not going to be president, all right? It's been fun. It's been great. I love you. But come on, buddy.
Donald Trump, while we project, will win in Kentucky with its 8th electoral vote, in Indiana with its 11th electoral vote, West Virginia, Oklahoma, Tennessee, Mississippi, South Carolina, Alabama, Kansas with its 6 electoral votes, Nebraska with its 5 electoral votes, and Wyoming with its 3 electoral votes, North Dakota with its 3 electoral votes, and South Dakota, Texas, Arkansas, Louisiana, the state of Montana, Missouri, Ohio, Idaho, North Carolina.
I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear.
Do solemnly swear.
Together, we will make America great again.
Welcome in to another episode of CobraCast 199. I am your host, Jeremy D-Day Cobra, and this is an emergency CobraCast because once again, they are arresting the great 45th president of the United States of America, Donald J. Trump, and the future 47th president of the United States of America. And it will not go unnoticed by the people. The people will continue to stand with Donald J. Trump, as all of you here in this audience will. And more Americans are waking up every single day. And Trump has even been tweeting about it. He has just arrived. At least Trump Force One has arrived. Trump was tweeting about it earlier. I need one more indictment to ensure my election. He is loving this because he knows that they can't handle it. And it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. So how's everybody doing today? I love Donald Trump. I love President Trump. I love everything we're seeing. And yeah, we're going to react to it. So I'm going to pull up the right side broadcasting feed here shortly. We've got a couple of feeds we'll check out. But again, we all know this is nonsense. It's another sad day for our country, that essentially what is being done right now is that the Biden administration, this is a disgusting abuse of power. They are trying to silence and sideline their top political opponent because he is leading in all of the polls, and it's driving them crazy because they know he's going to hold them accountable, because they know what they did in 2020, and they know that Donald Trump is going to expose it. He's the only one with the balls to do it, and they are absolutely terrified of him. So let's see where we're at right now. And I see all of you in the chat. So welcome in. Thank you for joining us. Let's see where we are. So this is the Right Side Broadcasting feed. Shout out to Right Side Broadcasting.
So just to give you an idea of what we are seeing and doing right now, security backed us up, and we are really shoulder to shoulder with other people trying to get a glimpse of President Trump. We are unable to move. It's a tight squeeze here. If we can turn, yes, some people are starting to leave now that President Trump has arrived. They were just here trying to get a glimpse of the president. So we're trying to see what our options are right now.
This was earlier.
Presumptive.
This was earlier. Trump and his awesome plane arriving like the Chad that he is. And there's a shot of him getting off the plane, rolling in style like only Trump can with his name across. What a badass. What a fucking badass. I think that's right. Let's see. I think this is right when he gets off the plane, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, right here is where he gets off the plane. Can't remember how. There it is. There's 45 right there.
It wouldn't be possible if we didn't have great broadcast sponsors like we have today. And we just want to thank all of them. And of course, we want to thank you. Here's a look at President Trump making his way off of Trump Force One. Let's listen in and see if we can get a question.
So that was earlier when Trump arrived. Now we'll go back to the live feed from Right Side, see what they're saying.
That the House had in regards to the January 6th commission and this, how it played out in front of the country for a number of days, trying to make the case that the president was responsible for the insurrection on January 6th. So the previous two indictments have to do with classified documents, but this one's particularly with a seditious conspiracy for January 6th, claiming that he did have some type of role in the January 6th insurrection. So, you know, obviously the case is going to be made that, you know, he was told by advisors the outcome or what was going on in the election. And he was just really putting out the message based upon what he heard and what he saw. So not necessarily claiming that he was told that he had, you know, lost and that the outcome was unquestionably fact. And we can, you know, as the states had certain Senate hearings and the congressional hearings with the election, finding out some of the discrepancies in it, we saw how that unfolded. Behind me, there's a security that we came in from that direction, and we are waiting for Helena Habab to come in here and talk to us again about kind of what the president is feeling at this point. Of course, I often said, I have often said I don't understand, and I said this when I was in Pennsylvania the other night. I don't see how the president stays so optimistic.
I don't either.
In terms of what's going on right now. Now, I'm going to try to get a question in here, and I'm going to tell you pretty much what it is, that this is a witch hunt, and to what examples can they claim that this is a witch hunt? Now, this is coming off of, you know, a couple of days that, you know, Devin Archer came in, and for a hearing with Devin Archer, plus this is coming off a historically high polling for the former president versus anybody else in the field. So he's got this massive lead right now in this race, and that this is simply nothing more than a political witch hunt to take away a political opponent, because if the primary was held today, he is the presumptive nominee.
As I said, I refuse to believe that this will not be corrected. This is sick. It's disgusting. Anyone with a working brain and the slightest bit of common sense can see right through what this is. This is a witch hunt. This is a joke. This is a disgrace to our country. And, I refuse to believe that this will not ultimately be corrected and Donald Trump will remain victorious. We as the people will remain victorious. Trump will be 47. Trump will go in there. He'll be able to clean house, and all of these evil, horrible people will be exposed for the trash that they are. I firmly believe that will happen. And I refuse to believe anything other than that. Oh, there's Jason Miller.
Seeing us right now.
Hi there. Alina Haba coming up.
Alina Haba coming up for a couple of questions here.
I'm sure the chat's going to be happy to see her.
Good.
The fact that I am standing here for the third time in 5 months is not a coincidence. This is the Biden political lawfare that we have seen time and time again. It is a deflection from everything that they have done. And if you don't believe me, look at the facts. On March 17th, Hunter accidentally admits that it was his laptop from hell. The next day, DA Alvin Bragg indicts President Trump. June 8th, an FBI document is released showing that the Ukrainians paid the Biden crime family millions and millions of dollars. The next day, the Mar-a-Lago raid and the Mar-a-Lago indictment. Last week, Hunter Biden's sweetheart plea deal fell through when the judge realized it had blanket immunity. The following day, a superseding indictment against Donald Trump. July 31st, Devin Archer goes to testify in front of the House. That was only after they failed to put him in jail prior to the fact. What happens the next day? The January 6th indictment that we're here for today. This is not a coincidence. This is election interference at its finest against the leading candidate right now for president, for either party. President Trump is under siege in a way that we have never seen before. President Trump and his legal team and everyone on his team will continue to fight, not for him, but for the American people. I'll take some questions.
Thank you. I know the president has called this a witch hunt. You just laid out several examples of that. Any other thoughts that the president has communicated to you in terms of why this is going on and why he calls it a witch hunt?
I think a witch hunt is really the way that anybody should describe this, because it's not something we've seen in our time. This is not even political. This is beyond that. A witch hunt is when you relentlessly attack your opponent, when you relentlessly attack the thing that you are most afraid of. People are afraid of somebody that cannot be bought by Washington. People are afraid of somebody who is independently wealthy and who has given up his good life to fight for this country. And that frightens a lot of politicians who are career politicians, unfortunately, because he'll get back there and I know he'll be fighting for every one of us so that this doesn't happen to us.
She's a badass.
Special counsel says Trump could have disagreed with the results and talked about it. No crime there. The difference is what he did to try and switch the votes.
So what is it that he did to try and switch the votes that you refer to? By bringing cases, by using the law in an appropriate manner, unlike what we're sitting here today seeing. This is not appropriate. What President Trump did is he said, go patriotically and peacefully and protest. That is an American right. That is why we are America and we are not a third world country. Although I will say that today, I don't feel very much like we are in America. Yes.
This case should go forward before or after the 2024 presidential election?
I think that every court needs to look at this as a whole, right? It's not about the January 6th case. It's about the fact that in the matter of a couple months, we have seen them try and tie up, and me as an attorney, I've never seen this, tie up one individual who's running a campaign in a campaign, running for office for president, so that he is in court, in depositions, and distracted, so that he won't properly run for 2024. And frankly, it's not going to work.
Is the legal team going to argue that the election was stolen?
I don't think that that's the argument that needs to be made. I think that anybody that believes that is misreading this. The truth is, as an American, there were questions that he had regarding the election integrity. We've seen documents come out. We've seen documentaries come out showing that there were issues with the election. And frankly, by bringing this, I don't think Jack Smith really thought it through. There only has to be proof that, number one, President Trump believed that this election was not completely honest. And number two, Jack Smith has opened himself up to a can of worms that we can now look at and really examine.
If you believe that he's innocent and that this is all a setup, why not bring it to trial as soon as possible before the election so that you can clear his name?
Yeah, I would love to do that, but there's something called discovery. And when somebody wants to say that the 2020 election was perfect and that President Trump has no right to object to it, we've got to go show them all the facts. And there's a lot of facts to show. So everybody has their time. And to say that Donald Trump should then be rushed and not be given the same fair proceeding that anybody else is just, frankly, un-American. It's not fair. It's not the way our system works.
A lot of the lawyers who helped him try to overturn the election are unnamed co-conspirators in the indictment. Jenna Ellis isn't. Why do you think that is?
I'm not going to speak to co-conspirators or anybody else. I represent President Trump.
Okay. Let's go one more.
Lena, there are a number of, there's testimony and there's a number of aides that have said that the president was made aware that he lost the election and yet continued to argue that it was stolen from him. How do you reconcile those two things?
Well, I think that everybody was made aware that he lost the election, but that doesn't mean that was the only advice he was given. As anybody understands what happens in the Oval Office, there are a numerous amount of advisors and politicians and lawyers, not just one or two, that are giving you advice and telling you what they believe is true. So he may not agree with Mike Pence. He may not agree with one of his lawyers, but that doesn't mean that there weren't other people advising him exactly the opposite. And the president has a right, as every one of us do, to listen to several opinions and make their decision.
I remember hearing Hillary Clinton and Stacey Abrams argue their elections were not right. I mean, how in the weaponization of the DOJ didn't happen then.
No, of course not. But if your last name's Trump, it's very different. So Hillary Clinton could have a problem when she lost the election, and we could have a complete liberal meltdown, as we all saw. But when we have dignified disagreements, we take them to court. We say do things patriotically and peacefully. He's to blame for things that he did not himself do. And that's what we're seeing. Frankly, folks, this is not about that. This is about politics. This is about 2024. Period. The end.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Right.
Thank you. As we are live at the courthouse, a few minutes with Alina Habab, addressing the reason why we're here and some of the speculation of why.
Come on, camera staying on her for a reason. Camera staying on her for a reason. Chat enjoyed that interview for many different reasons. For many different reasons, the chat enjoyed that. But that camera sure enough followed her. Cameraman wasn't. Watch that cameraman. Look at that cameraman. He knows. This is the man of the people right there. Look at the cameraman. That's top tier camera work right there. Doesn't turn away until she's out of sight. Watch this. And then noon. That cameraman knew what's up. All right.
Have coming out of the courtroom and just to unpack some things and fast forward just real quickly, we will end up following the president in this motorcade back to DCA, where I think at that point we might have a chance to get a few comments from President Trump. We'll keep you advised there. Awesome. But until then, I'll toss it back to Vanessa Broussard live in front of the courthouse.
I'm going to be right back in a minute.
Okay, so we are here with Michael now outside. He is with Blacks for Trump. You have your whole group with you. I see you in a lot of places.
And again, if you guys are not familiar with Right Side Broadcasting, you do a fantastic job. They have a massive following over on Rumble. They're also on YouTube. But if you guys are interested, follow them. They do great work, and they always have great coverage of anything to do with President Trump.
Tradition must be revealed and moved out of the way, who sits on the seat of God as if he is God. And that's what Biden is doing. And he's weaponized his little trolls like Jack Smith to just bring any kind of charge. All the charges he brings are telling white European Gentiles who are the deplorables that they don't have the same rights as those white people like Hillary and Mitch McConnell. None of them get charged with stuff like this here. They're going against the Presidential Act, which says that if a president makes any statements while he's president, you can't sue him or bring criminal charges against him. Like they couldn't sue, what's that guy's name, Pencilneck. They couldn't sue him because he's a congressman. Senators can't be sued. Nobody can have no criminal charge. But they're doing it against Trump because he's a white European Gentile. So he's found out that he's a black man like me. They thought only black people being treated bad, but white Gentiles who are the deplorables are finding out they treat them as bad, if not worse than us. So that's what I'm here to stop.
Well, I'm glad that you're here, and I'm glad to see you at so many different events and the effort that you're putting in to save this country. If people want to get involved with your organization, how can they do so?
They can call me at 786-859-9421 or go to gods2.com. That's that.
And that's the number 2. So gods2.com.
The number 2.
Correct.
Gods, the number 2.com.
Yes, Blacks for Trump. Thank you so much for everything. I know you're in a hurry because they want Trump to see them when he leaves the courthouse. Thank you, Michael. Yes, he's already in there. Yes. Yes. And so the proceeding starts at 4:00. We are just about 15.
Bro, Trump is Trump redefines rock star. Like, this dude is so popular. He is so popular, and he connects with so many people that it's truly hard to comprehend. He is the most popular person in the country, and I would argue probably the most popular single human being in the entire world. No matter where Trump goes, he commands a mass hysteria. He just is that guy. And everybody knows it. And this is why they are having to try to derail him, because they can't stop him. They can't compete with him. And they know it. They absolutely know it. Paul S. says, the clip you played of Rush Limbaugh predicting what Trump is now facing shows what a gaping hole in media he left. But you are the first I've seen since him to have his optimism. You're filling some big shoes, sir. Hail 199. Paul, I don't even know how to comprehend the compliment that you just gave to me. I really don't. I know at no point in my life that I ever think I would be mentioned in the same breath as the great Rush Limbaugh. I'm not gonna say that I listened to Rush Limbaugh or anything consistently. I didn't, but you would obviously hear certain things, sound bites and clips of what Rush would have to say over the years, and there's no doubt about it. I mean, if you look back on Rush had the biggest audience. He's probably the greatest radio personality in the history of radio, and it's really that's crazy that you would say that, and I appreciate that. I don't think I'm worthy of that in any way, shape, or form, but I greatly do appreciate it, and I'm glad you guys like what we're doing here, and I'm glad that I'm able to make you guys happy and just continue to move forward. All I care about is what I'm seeing with this country, and I am a Donald Trump supporter. I am a Trumplican is what I am. That's all I am. And that is amazing, though. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. The Shockmaster says, you do deserve that, Jeremy. You're speaking out at these issues and a real inspiration to the 199. Thank you, Shockmaster. I appreciate that, brother. And rest in peace to the great, great, great Rush Limbaugh, a true legend in every sense of the word. No doubt about that. No doubt about that. So we are currently watching Right Side Broadcasting's coverage right now of the arraignment. And as I said, this is disgusting. This is sick. This is twisted. And everybody knows it. Every single person knows it. And I love what Trump tweeted out over on True Social, where he said, and again, just for those that are joining us, this is what he said earlier. Man's just cut different, man. I need one more indictment to ensure my election. That was 4 hours ago. Will Hurd, a former Republican congressman who couldn't get elected dog catcher, so he dropped out of the race, is constantly on Fox spewing nonsense, despite the fact that he is at 0 in the polls and with no money or future. No wonder Fox's ratings are going down the tubes. This dude is facing his 3rd arraignment, and he's still just tweeting out fucking shots at people. Trump is built different. Trump is built differently, man. He just is. What is this right here?
What do you call someone this week?
Hang on. Why did it stop playing? Here we go. Well, let me refresh. Let's refresh. See what happens here. There we go.
What do you call someone this week? Someone caught in a bribery scandal that made them millions, complicit in a government cover-up, and uses your government to get special deals for his family? You call them Joe Biden. And acting just like a corrupt third world dictator, Biden has unleashed a cadre of unscrupulous government bureaucrats he controls to act like rabid wolves and attack his greatest threat, launching one of the greatest witch hunts in history. But Biden's underestimated the intelligence of voters, and Trump's support is growing even stronger as hardworking Americans come together in huge numbers to stand with the one person they know has their backs and will fight to make America great again. I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. All right. So let me go back to Right Side's coverage really quick. And as I said, I fully plan on going to another Trump rally this year. I'll be covering it for sure. I've been to one Trump rally that was in Pensacola, Florida, where I'm between Orlando and Pensacola. And but I plan on going to more for sure. E. Stevens says, thank you, Jeremy, for always giving 100% in all you do. I have subbed to Geeks and Gamers since The Last Jedi. Your work hard. You work hard, good sir, and it shows. Well, I thank you. I appreciate that. It's amazing you've been around since The Last Jedi days. So really do appreciate that. That is awesome. From the UK, and I stand with the MAGA King. Maticus Finch, you have no idea how important you and this channel and CobraCast are going to be in the coming years. Keep up the great work, Jeremy. Holy crap, man. Thank you guys. Really appreciate this. Days like this make me miss Rush so much. At least we have the snake pit. Yes. I in no way, shape, or form want to be compared to Rush Limbaugh, but I appreciate it. I would never, ever, ever compare myself to anyone like that. I'm honored to know people like Benny Johnson. I was talking to Benny yesterday, and we got some stuff that we're going to be doing with Benny, hopefully in the very near future. And it's an honor and a privilege to know someone like him. And Benny's been really, really good to us, and he loves what we're doing at Geeks and Gamers and here at D-Day Cobra. And really good stuff. Cannot wait to share more information with you guys on that. Let's see. Valkyria Winter, Hail 199. This Aussie would vote for Trump. Plus, just finished downloading Baldur's Gate 3. Time to game and time to enjoy the Lord and the King of the 199. Skull. Hey, thank you, Valkyria Winter. I know a lot of people, there's been people probably asking, there's probably people that are new to this. They're like, what is the 199? The 199 represents Geeks and Gamers, represents CobraCast, represents the Snake Pit. It was basically just someone that didn't like us came in and tried to talk smack in the chat. We highlighted the comment, and they meant to say 1999, but they said 199. And much like most of the things, the audience decided to run with it, and the audience decided that the 199 represents us. And it's been a thing ever since, and I fully embraced it, and it's one of the best things we've ever come up with. It is awesome. So the 199. All right, let's hear what they're saying really quick here.
I should say of the building, and so far so good. All calm, peaceful, quiet, except for someone on the other side of the street with a megaphone talking to the crowd supporting President Trump. So it's really quiet and peaceful here. People hoping to see the president and hoping the president sees them, that they're here supporting him. Again, just a couple of protesters, but not doing any harm. They're just walking around with signs, but that's it.
All right, hang on. I got to show you guys something. Jack Posobiec just tweeted this out. I have not listened to this. We're all going to listen to this for the first time. Breaking, Joe Rogan says there was real fraud in the Kerry Lake election. I don't know if I can even play this. Joe Rogan will strike your ass. So let me see.
How much election fraud do you think is real?
Here we go, Joe. You want to go to election fraud?
Yeah.
And I love Patrick Bet David, by the way. Patrick Bet David is awesome. Valuetainment is awesome. And yeah, I don't know if Joe Rogan's even gonna like Joe Rogan's, and I don't mean Joe Rogan like is sitting there striking things down. Like his team, they will take you down for playing clips of his stuff.
Because I don't think it's zero.
No,
it's
no
not
way.
zero. I think we could all agree it's not zero.
No way it's not zero.
And we know that these voting machines can be fucked with.
Yeah.
So if it's not zero, then why can we not talk about it? Why are we not allowed? Oh, that's right. We can talk about it if you're a Democrat. If you're a Democrat, you can talk about that. I'm not like, I know Joe Rogan's the man. I know he's the biggest podcast in the world. I got a real problem with the fact that Joe Rogan said on his show a couple of years ago that he actively refuses to have Trump on his podcast because he doesn't want to help Trump. And then when Trump approached him at the UFC fight, Joe Rogan looked like a kid in a candy store. He looked like a little child just enamored by the MAGA king himself. And it's like, dude, you're Joe Rogan. Who are you scared of to have Trump on your show? Like, really? And again, it just continues. It continues to show that Trump is just built different.
And we know that there's some irregularities, all that Kerry Lake stuff in Arizona that they're trying to dismiss. It doesn't look like that's invalid. It looks like there's real fraud there. It looks like there's some real shenanigans there. At the very least, there was voting machines that weren't working properly.
Yeah.
And it seems.
Yes, 100% there was. And, you don't have to be, again, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to know what happened in Arizona. I'm not going to play anymore because, again, Rogan's team will hit you in a quick minute for playing any of his stuff. I've been there. I've done that. I've had videos blocked. So that is on Twitter, though. Jack Posobiec tweeted that out if you want to go check it out. But for everyone in the chat, just one more time, because I know there are people here that missed it. We've got a lot of people here. And just because I respect you, chat, we will play a different angle.
On March 17th, Hunter accidentally admits that it was his laptop from hell. The next day, DA Alvin Bragg indicts President Trump. June 8th, an FBI document is released showing that the Ukrainians paid the Biden crime family millions and millions of dollars. The next day, the Mar-a-Lago raid and the Mar-a-Lago indictment. Last week, Hunter Biden's sweetheart plea deal fell through when the judge realized it had blanket immunity. The following day, a superseding indictment against Donald Trump. July 31st, Devin Archer goes to testify in front of the House. That was only after they failed to put him in jail prior to the fact. What happens the next day? The January 6th indictment that we're here for today. This is not a coincidence. This is election interference at its finest against the leading candidate.
What's he taking a picture of?
Right now for president, for either party. President Trump is under siege in a way that we have never seen before. President Trump and his legal team and everyone on his team will continue to fight, not for him, but for the American people.
And there you go. Again, I just wanted everybody to hear from Trump's attorney. I just wanted you to hear everything she had to say. Seems like a very intelligent person. She actually is very smart. I'm obviously just leaning into the fact that the chat's going to go crazy when she's on camera for obvious reasons. And I do not challenge you on that at all. I totally understand. No hate here. That's for sure. Oh my God. What is this? Are you kidding me? Joe Biden tweeted this out 4 hours ago. Did he really? Joe Biden's account tweeted this out 4 hours ago. This is what the Joe Biden Twitter account tweeted out.
I like my coffee dark.
Jesus Christ. You got to be kidding me, dude. You got to be kidding me. All right, I do have a different feed I want to show. Well, hang on. Are we right here is one feed. This guy's picking his nose. Don't blame me. I voted for Hillary. Look at this clown. Guy says this dude had a shirt that said, "Don't blame me. I voted for Hillary." Don't blame me. I voted for Hillary. You didn't have to wear a shirt to tell us that, dude. We could take one look at you and know that you voted for Hillary. Okay? We could take one look at you and know that. A shirt doesn't need. You don't need the shirt to tell us that, bro. You really don't. You really don't. Oh my God. Paul S says, you're very welcome, but to deflate your ego some, nobody is as surprised by that than I. I like DeSantis falling laughably short of being Trump. There would never be another Limbaugh, yet here you are. Hey, I hear you on that, brother. And I appreciate it, man. I really do appreciate it. So right here, this is the scene outside of the courthouse. Get Trump on Friday Night Tights and secure pop culture vote. I have actively, I've been talking to some people I know, and I've said, look, from a gaming, from a nerd, from a geek standpoint, it would do Trump well to talk to someone on that side of the aisle. And there ain't many people with a following like mine that would be willing to do it. I'm sure there's people that are bigger, but I think we'd be a pretty good fit for that. I think we'd be a pretty good fit to have Trump on to talk about it. Zinni Biscuits, my dad was a big fan of Rush. I think he would have liked y'all on Geeks and Gamers and FNT. That is awesome. That is awesome to hear. Liberals want Groundhog Day 2016 forever. Absolutely. Trump will not bow down to WEF, which is why they do not want him to lead America. Trump 2024. Britain says, anyone who thinks Biden won 2020 fair and square is kidding themselves. Biden is a bumbling fool. We see how he acts with kids, and that guy won. Yeah, most popular president in history is what they want us to believe. Why aren't militias being formed like after Waco and Ruby Ridge in the 90s? We have too many movies and video games to watch and play, I guess. Roman Viking doesn't like me, I don't think. Aren't you the one that doesn't like me? I can't remember. Anyone else think Jack Smith looks like General Zod in Superman 2? He actually does. That actually makes me sad because Superman 1 and 2 are phenomenal films. I actually respect General Zod, unlike Jack Smith. Glad to have a stream since there is no open bar. Shout out to the Critical Drinker. Angel Chang says, Ayo, Trump's lawyer is a baddie. God damn. Roman says, hail the snake pit, hail Trump. They can't stop his role, and it drives them nuts. Yes. Giants fan says, I never liked Rush when he was alive. It wasn't until after he died I started digging into what he said, and he believed in that. I turned a corner and did a 180. Better late than never. 199 forever. Absolutely better late than never, brother. And love your profile pic, by the way. Get Trump on Mario Kart. What character do you think he'd play? I think Trump would probably play as Bowser. I think Trump would probably play as Bowser. John says Vivek is the VP needed next to Trump. He's the connection to the younger audience that is needed. I'm still not on that train. I'm still on the Kerry Lake train. But at the same time, if Kerry Lake can get everything situated in Arizona, which, I'm not sure how that's ever going to play out, but I still think that Kerry Lake is the best choice for Donald Trump as VP. And that's mainly because she will be dedicated to him and whatever he's wanting to do. And she's shown that better than anyone. So I'm a huge fan of Carrie Lake. Huge fan. I was being sarcastic last night when I brought up Byron Donald's tweet of what Trump did wrong on January 6th by telling people to peacefully and patriotically make your voices heard. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. I got you on that. Byron Donald's alike. I've met him. He's a really good guy. So right now, as I understand it, and let's go back to Right Side Broadcasting. As I understand it, Trump is in the courthouse now, from what I understand.
For fabricating a claim against the president. It's just the left's attempt and the Biden family's attempt, Attorney General Merrick Garland, Special Counsel Jack Smith, their attempt to bring down President Trump. And they're going to any length to do so. It's very clear. This is his third indictment since March. Third indictment since March. We're in August. It's just never ending with them.
Holy crap.
So,
Brock dropped 20 gifted memberships. I didn't even see that earlier. Brock is in the house and he's dropping memberships. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready. Bombs are probably going to be dropping. It's going to be Oppenheimer up in here if Brock gets started. But thank you, Brock. Appreciate you,
how
buddy.
much can one person take? Well, it's going to keep fighting for us, and he is not backing down, and we will win in 2020.
Kevin just dropped 50 gifted memberships. Woo-hoo! 50 gifted memberships from Kevin. The snake pit grows.
Workers out there, to the people who are struggling to make ends meet, to the people on the border who are having to worry about drugs coming across the border, illegals coming onto their property, to the mothers and fathers who worry about what their children are learning in school and in libraries. So this man wants to protect our Constitution, protect our God-given rights, our liberties, justice. He wants to protect our freedoms. He wants to protect the First Amendment, Second Amendment, and on. He wants to, bring back law and order. This man is trying to save.
I won't be in Houston, man. I've said for a while, I'm not going to be in Matsuri. I've been saying that for months. So, I'm doing 4 and 5 streams a day sometimes. So that's why I'm just so busy, but no Matsuri for me this year, man. Sorry about that. This is an info war. Build stronger, peaceful MAGA media outlets. 100% agreed. Jura, take my money, you bigot. I shouted out Geeks and Gamers on Alex Stein's live show with Vivek. Thank you. I appreciate that. I watched some
the
of that.
inside. No
good.
cameras were allowed inside the courtroom, but our crew is part of President Trump's motorcade today. So you'll be seeing exclusive footage from RSBN throughout the day, and also on our social media pages and on our website. So make sure you follow rsbnetwork.com. Also sign up for our newsletter while you're there. Also go to donaldjtrump.com as well. You can donate, even if it's just $1. If,
Lying Dogface Pony Soldier dropped another gifted membership. I'm sure we got a ton of people watching right now. If you're new to this channel, we have a really awesome group of people, a very giving community of people. They love to give out those gifted memberships. And we had the Fortnite stream over on Geeks and Gamers. It's a member stream for our YouTube members. Hell, I might just stream my perspective over here for the D-Day Cobra members. I might just do that. I mean, why not? We've got thousands of members over here. I might just do the members' perspective over here from my perspective tonight. And you guys can join the lobbies too if you want. You guys can join the lobbies if you want. So that's cool. We got new members. We got member chats. You guys are crazy today. So again, we are watching the arraignment of the great 45th president of the United States of America. We are at a point in time where the weaponization and the abuse of power from the current administration in the White House is disgusting beyond belief. They operate like they have no laws or rules to work within, and that should tell you everything you need to know about them. Donald Trump is continuing to be persecuted, and he continues to stand above it all, and he continues to take everything they throw at him. He will not be shaken. He will not waver. He will continue his course, and he will become the 47th president of the United States of America. No one else is close. He's outpolling every single person. He is tangibly easily the most popular person that we have in this country right now. You see it everywhere he goes. He draws a crowd. Every rally he does, there's red MAGA hats everywhere. You see it online when this man speaks. There's tens and thousands of hundreds of thousands of people watching this man speak. MAGA is alive. There are MAGA rallies out there. People, even when Trump isn't there, MAGA is out there letting their voice be heard, and there's nothing else like it. So you could sit there and you can lie and you can say that Trump doesn't have the popularity, but all people with two eyes and a brain know is that we see it, we feel it, and we know it. It is happening, and you can't stop it. You can't stop it. And that's just a bottom line. Let's see. The more people like my God, Jeremy, get off Trump's lap. His wife is watching. So the more people tell me to stop praising Trump, the more I'm just going to praise Trump, because clearly it upsets you and it bothers you. And I like that it bothers you, and I want it to bother you. Continue to let it bother you, because there's nothing you can say that will stop me from supporting Trump, because what's more important to me is not your fucking feelings. It's this fucking country. That's what I care about. I care about the country. I care about what country we're going to have in 10 years, 20 years, 40 years, 50 years, not your fucking feelings. I don't give a shit if you're upset that I support Trump. It doesn't bother me at all. There's nothing you can do to shame me. There's nothing you can do to bother me. All you can do is run your fucking mouth and motivate me to say even more, just to make you a little more upset. Not a goddamn thing you can do about it. Nothing will stop me from supporting the greatest president of my lifetime and the future 47th president of the United States of America. Swig of water for the working man. Boom, boom, boom. Where are we at? Where are we at? Where are we at? We just got a 20. Doc Holliday: voting for anyone other than the greatest president in my lifetime would be like bending over and taking it where the sun don't shine from the uniparty swamp. Please praise Trump some more, Jeremy. All day, every day. That's all we do. I mean, hey, how can you not want to support this guy right here?
Okay. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. And I agree with you on NATO. I agree with you on other countries. I don't want to single out Japan. I don't want to single out Saudi Arabia, but these are countries that people understand the kind of wealth we're talking about, and I will single them out. But there are many other countries and taking tremendous advantage of this, including NATO. If you look at the payments that we're making to NATO, they're totally disproportionate with everybody else's, and it's ridiculous. As far as other causes that are near and dear, this is the cause, because if we can solve this, then we're able to take care of something that I consider to be ultimately of ultimate importance, and that is the homeless situation, that is the farmers, that is the sick. We don't have any money. This country is busted. And it's busted because we're doing things that we shouldn't be doing. If we had business ability in this country, we'd be making lots of profit, so-called surplus profit. And that profit, that money, could be going to defend and I literally mean defend our homeless and our poor and our sick and our farmers. And that's where we ought to be spending the money, not giving it to countries that don't give a damn for us to start off with.
How can you not respect and love that man right there? I mean, how can you not do it? How can you not do it? And that's old school Trump right there. You know, that's who he is, man. And as I've played this 1,000 times here, but I'm sure we've got a few people here that haven't seen this. And this right here, to me, this is one of the best moments of Trump's presidency right here. Just much like what he was saying in that interview with Larry King. All right. This was, let me make sure, let me hear what's going on with Right Side really quick. And then we will clip to it. We'll flip over to what we're going to show.
I was reading on social media outlets, Mike Pence getting slammed by Trump supporters for betraying the.
All right, so they're still talking. So we're going to show this, one of my favorite moments from Trump's presidency right here. And this puts it into perspective as to why they hate him.
I have been very, very direct with Secretary Stoltenberg and members of the alliance in saying that NATO members must finally contribute their fair share and meet their financial obligations. But 23 of the 28 member nations are still not paying what they should be paying and what they are supposed to be paying for their defense. This is not fair to the people and taxpayers of the United States. And many of these nations owe massive amounts of money from past years and not paying in those past years. Over the last 8 years, the United States spent more on defense than all other NATO countries combined. If all NATO members had spent just 2% of their GDP on defense last year, we would have had another $119 billion for our collective defense and for the financing of additional NATO reserves.
Love this. Love it. Hey, the DeSantis bots are here. Did anyone actually read the indictment? He committed treason against the country he claims to love. He is not a king and not a moral man. Republicans need a better candidate than 45. Wait a minute. You mean he's not a king? You mean he's not a god? You mean he is a flawed human being? Yeah, that's why we fucking love him, you stupid ass idiots. This is exactly why we meme on him being the God Emperor, the God Emperor MAGA King, because you idiots seem to think that he is that. You don't understand why Trump matters to so many people. He is a flawed person. He is a very flawed person. He doesn't hide his flaws. He's not a pristine candidate. He doesn't pretend to have a wonderful, pretty little marriage. He doesn't pretend to have a pretty little life. He knows he's an asshole. He's arrogant. He walks around with hot chicks all day long. That's what he does. And that's why we love the dude. So no, we don't give a fuck what you have to say. You clowns just keep crying about shit that no normal person cares about. So go vote for your boy, okay? Go vote for your boy, Ron DeSantis. That's fine. Maybe you can get him up to maybe 10% in the polls this week. Maybe you can do that. Maybe you can keep him third since he's struggling so bad. Maybe you can do that. Huh? Or maybe, I don't know. Maybe DeSantis is done. Maybe DeSantis is done. Here we go.
Hello, failure, my old friend. I've come to stare at you again. Because a vision softly creeping started thinking I could be the king. But the vision that was planted in my brain was in vain. I'd be the face of failure. Unit party filled my head. The situation we misread. Big donors gave me tons and tons of dough. Up seemed the only way that I could go. But my dreams got crushed when the polls kept coming out. There was no doubt I was the face of failure. And at the Trump rally I saw 50,000, maybe more. People screaming about being free. People dreaming of a great country. They were yelling out that I'm a loser. I'm nothing but a backstabber. And Hail Hydra. I was the face of failure. fool, said I, you do not know. Cut off one head and two more grow. Hear my words as I explain to you. We're your betters, we rule over you. But my words, they meant nothing, had nobody scared. No one cared. I was the face of failure. And then the people got real loud. There was a power in that crowd. And they made it clear I was losing. And that I wasn't for losing. And they all said Donald Trump's the president, and that's the only way they vote. I was a joke, 'cause they knew the face of failure.
Please clap.
And there's full credit to the meme team that created it. Fantastic job by them. Okay, I know we've gotten off track here. We will go back over to hearing what Right Side has to say.
Live this weekend. You can hear.
The reason I have, they've been on this shot the whole time, so that's why I've been kind of trying to fill the time with other stuff. So I apologize if people were looking for more information. I'm trying to follow Right Side because they are going to kind of give me exactly what's going on. So that's why.
We are about 10 minutes away from this possibly wrapping up. It should be well underway now. We have Patrick Johnson on Truth Social. Thanks for writing in, giving out more names of who he believes should be charged. He says Sheila Jackson Lee, Kamala, Pocahontas, he says, and other Dems should be charged using this standard. So that's coming from one of our viewers. Thank you, Patrick, for watching. We have Connie who's writing in that says, my husband and I would like to send support to our President Trump, but don't know where to send it. You can go to donaldjtrump.com. There's a contribution button, and if you can just give $2 or $3, $5, $20, whatever you can give. The president has even said, while he accepts donations and appreciates the donations for his campaign for presidency, don't go broke doing it. So if you can only contribute $1, that helps. And if, you know, I said this earlier, 50,000 people can donate $1, that will help the president in this fight to save America. So you can definitely go to his website.
Let's see. I'm looking for something.
Then we have Bryant saying, hi, Vanessa, please let President Trump know we are praying for him and God is on his side. America's vast majority is supporting Trump. I really like what you said, Bryant, because prayer is what President Trump needs. God is on his side. This is an evil he's fighting, an evil I can't understand and an evil I can't comprehend. It is pure evil that this man is fighting day in and day out. And so we need God on our side. God can save this country. And I think that he can work through President Trump to make sure that he is saved. So before you go to bed at night, America, pray for the president. He, again, is fighting an evil that is very hard to comprehend. All right, as we wait for these proceedings to wrap up, they're currently going on right now. No camera.
Tanner, who sits when he pees, says, yeah, how about you read the charges instead of wasting time watching memes? Well, if listen, Tanner, and I understand, and I don't mean this disrespectfully. I understand that, you know, you probably don't get this, but if your mom and dad got a divorce, they would still be brother and sister. So let's just make that distinction right now. Just because they get a divorce as husband and wife, they will still be brother and sister. You need to understand that it doesn't break the family bond and it doesn't make you any less retarded. Okay, just to make that clear. I just want you to understand that. Secondly, I've already talked about the charges. If you weren't mentally retarded, you would know that. I actually highlighted this on CobraCast a few days ago where we talked about the charges. And do you know what's interesting about these charges? Right here, the 2 charges, if convicted by the leftist DC jury, would prohibit him from running for 2024 were not in there. They weren't in there. So right there are the charges. We've talked about this. Now, why are the 2 charges that would prohibit him from running in 2024 not be there? Can you ask yourself that question? Do you know why they're not there? Because they will throw these charges at him, but they're saving them because this is all strategic, because it's a clown show. That is why those 2 charges are not in these charges. They will eventually charge him with those because they are desperate to get rid of him, to break him. So this is all a strategy from them, okay? So again, I'm sorry that I let you know about your parents. I know, it's tough. It's tough. I understand that. But just understand, like, the fact that you can even get out of bed without falling down over and over again is a massive accomplishment. So great job on that. But yes, your parents will still be brother and sister, regardless if they get a divorce or not. And I hope you're crying in the corner with your mask on. And I hope you've gotten your 37th booster. Hope you're doing okay. Hope you're doing okay there. Let me see. And I do have one message for you, Tanner. And it's directed specifically at you and people like you.
Fuck these people. Fuck these people.
It's not. There we go. There you go. So have fun with that one. Have fun with that one. Okay. Why are they even here? Because they don't have anything else to do. They're sitting in a corner. They're too scared to go out and, be in public because the coronavirus is going to get them. Because MSNBC and CNN are telling them that the coronavirus is coming back. So they're sitting in their corner crying. Just like the government tells them to do. And all right, let me catch up with some super chats really quick. It's another thing that upsets the people that hate me. They're like, why are you sending this guy money? Don't send him money. Don't send him money. Who can snort more coke, Tony Montana or Hunter Biden? Also, Jeremy, we'll be back on Sports Wars during football season. Keep up the good work. Yes, I will 100% be back for football season. I can't wait for football season. And yeah, I'll be back on Sports Wars. You will see me over there more often for sure. Thank you for becoming a new member. Thank you. Appreciate that. I've got some fireworks for election night. I'm setting up after Trump is declared the winner, Trump 2024. Yes, sir. Right Side Broadcasting is on one of their sponsor runs right now, so I will go back to that. For Jeremy Boob Fun, so Lost Tales will donate to him. Did you finish Idiocracy? That is the path of USA right now. I did, and it is a phenomenal film. I can't believe that I didn't watch it. I meant to talk about it more last night, but yeah, Idiocracy is just what a crazy film, man. And yeah, that is exactly where that's the path of the USA right now. Full on with Big Mike right there. Big Mike being in the Oval Office. We're pretty close to that, unfortunately. Trump will have as many indictments as Yankees have World Series titles and still win 2024. Absolutely. Is it just me, or is there more law enforcement there today than was it January 6th? This is all BS. Well, Right Side is back. Let's hear what they got to say.
Violations they have accused him of regarding January 6th and the 2020 presidential outcome. Count 1, conspiracy to defraud the United States. Count 2, conspiracy to obstruct an official proceeding. Count 3, obstruction of an attempt to obstruct an official proceeding. And count 4, conspiracy against right. So the judge is reading those violations off to the president and his lawyers at this time. And
oh my God, they read the counts, everybody. They read the counts. They could have read the counts. What's up, Bashy Washy? For fuck's sakes, are you going to tell Tanner that Santa isn't real and it was his uncle that tricked him to sit on his naked lap? Also, I hope they don't JFK Trump. Alex Jones is worried about that too. It's scary. Sierra Tan says, Hail 199. What do you think about DeSantis and Newsom debating later this year? I think it's a desperation play for DeSantis because he has become so irrelevant in his campaign that I think that because Newsom didn't Newsom challenge him a few months ago, and he kind of ignored it. But now that he's struggling to stay relevant, I think this is a desperation play for DeSantis to try to stay relevant. Joker says $5. That's what's up. Kimberly says, just got back from vacation, so I've got a lot to catch up with CobraCast and current news. Crazy to see this is happening again, but not surprised. Well, Kimberly, I hope you had a great vacation, and we're glad you're back, and you're back with us, and we hope you enjoy catching up on all the CobraCasts. I am attorney. Read the charges, and reading them will make you dumber. There are also no charges that would keep him. Yes, exactly. None of them would. Spooner, your boy Ronnie is finished. Cry some more. Trump is not king, but DC is no different than CCP. I am from Denmark, and I agree with Trump, and I'm angry when I found out that my country don't pay. Are we considering that Trump is going to use these indictments to legally enter all of the irregularities and actually get the evidence submitted? Yeah, I mean, I don't know about that, and I really want to hear what Robert Barnes has to say about this after today. I'll be listening to everything Robert Barnes has got to say about it. Look at Koa Lee for $100. I will lose friends and relationships over this next election, but I am voting for whoever will ease my family's life and not have them worry about groceries, gas money, as my brother raised my kid, as my brother's raised his kid. My family and I didn't immigrate here to deal with this BS. 199 for 100. Yes, 100%, man. Look, I've talked about this many times, and I know that we've got some people here. So, like, a quick recap of me. And thank you, Coley. That's amazing. A real quick recap. So, I voted for Trump in 2016. I was not public about my support for Trump. I didn't have a big following at the time, but followings are relative. It really doesn't matter. Like, I had a few hundred people following me. You know what I mean? And to me, that meant the world. I mean, it was the greatest thing ever. It doesn't matter whether you have 100 followers, 500, 5,000, 10,000, 5 million. It's all relative to you. They're the people that are in your little circle. And so it's all relative. And so I didn't talk about my politics. I mean, I think everybody that heard me talk about things in general probably could put two and two together, but I didn't publicly support Donald Trump. And mainly because it's never been my thing to talk about politics or religion or anything publicly, really. It's just not. But I saw people weaponizing Trump's supporters and basically going like, oh, I heard a rumor that the person in this company was a Trump supporter. I saw him doing it to like big business people and all that. And I'm like, I don't want to build a following of people that will basically abandon me if they find out I voted for Trump. I really don't want a following like that. And in the gaming and the movie world, that's kind of the sphere that you're in with you're kind of with a lot of people that don't really want to support Trump or anything. So I'm like, I will have to just tell everybody I supported Trump and get ahead of it. And that way they can stop following me right now or never follow me in the first place. Geeks and Gamers is not a pro-Trump company. Geeks and Gamers is not a anti-Trump company. Geeks and Gamers is not a pro-any politician company. Geeks and Gamers is just a company. But the individuals at Geeks and Gamers can have whatever opinions they want, and they'll never have to apologize for it. They don't have to answer to me. They don't answer to anybody. You just believe what you want to believe, think what you want to think, vote for who you want to vote for, fuck who you want to fuck. Whatever. As long as if you're not doing anything illegal, I really don't care. And but we're at a point in time where all of this has been weaponized so much that you can't get away from it, sadly.
At the Alabama GOP state dinner, and then South Carolina on Saturday at the South Carolina GOP state dinner. And he will surely talk about what happened today, this latest bogus charge against him, these latest indictments against him, and we'll have to wait and see what he says. But if you're not doing it already, join Truth Social. That's President Trump's social media app, and he tweets on there, or Truth Socials out his thoughts on a lot of things are happening in this country and with him. And sometimes it's during the day and sometimes it's late at night, making you wonder if President Trump ever sleeps. So join Truth Social, follow President Trump, follow RSBN, and follow me while you're there at Vanessa Broussard. And as I mentioned earlier, you can join the conversation. If you have any questions you want to ask me about today's proceedings, I'll be glad to answer that for you here live on air. Now,
Right Side Broadcasting is known for panning the crowds, showing the packed
So-
arenas, and allowing you to see the truth. We've covered.
All right. So right now, I did see that Trump did plead not guilty. Obviously, no surprise there. Let's see. All right. I just see this tweet from Robert Barnes, so I'll show this one really quickly. Our boy Robert Barnes. This below is a complete idiot pretending to be a lawyer. To be clear, it is a complete. It is a complete defense of Trump if he believed he won an honest constitutional election. Hint, he did. The prosecutor must prove Trump lied and knew he lied, and they have no case. They have no case. You're not going to prove that Trump doesn't believe what he's been saying. You just don't. You're not going to. Trump believes exactly what he's been saying, and he believes it because it's true. So these people are idiots, man. These people are idiots. Shout out to Robert freaking Barnes. David says, Jeremy, I demand polls on who's the hottest celeb attorney, Johnny Depp's Babe or Trump's smoke show. Hail chat. I mean, I don't know either one. Well, I know Trump. We'll just put Trump's attorney or Johnny. First of all, to be fair, I think we need a side-by-side comparison if we're going to do that. So in order for me, we're going to have to get a side-by-side comparison, aren't we? So let me work on that. Let's see here.
breaking news coming in just right now. Trump is being released on the condition that he not communicate with witnesses in the case except through or in the presence of counsel. So again, that's just coming in from inside the courtroom. Trump is being released on the condition that he not communicate with witnesses in the case except through or in the presence of counsel.
Such nonsense.
So that is what we're getting from the inside. We're expecting this to wrap up very soon. We do now have some people chanting as that comes out that he is going to be released. We do have some protesters chanting right now. They're not happy about he not going to jail. They are chanting, "Lock him up." But again,
still waiting. I'm just going to hear what they're having to say right now.
more information breaking in right now that Trump has been told by the judge that if he violates the conditions of his release, an arrest warrant can be issued for him and he could be detained. This warning is also a routine part of any arraignment where the defendant is not detained. Also, breaking just now, the judge has asked President Trump if he understands the conditions of his release and the penalties for violating them. President Trump responded off mic that he does and then sworn to the conditions. He is now signing paperwork at the defense table. That is all coming from NBC News. NBC News reporting that Trump, if he violates the conditions of his release, an arrest warrant can be issued for him and he could be detained. Please note that this is a routine part of any arraignment where the defendant is not detained. According to NBC News, the judge asked Trump if he understands the conditions and the penalties for violating them, where the president responded off mic that he does and is then sworn to the conditions. The judge also setting the first hearing date in the case for August 28th at 10 a.m. Okay, so that's fast. And Jack Smith says he wanted a speedy trial. Look, this is incredible. This is unbelievable. The judge has set the first hearing date in the case for August 28th at 10 a.m.
Oh, this is insane.
I have so much to say. My first reactions wouldn't be nice on air. So, it's terrible to know that they're doing this so quick, so fast, just to do anything in their power to bring this man down. Leave Donald Trump alone. We have a country in decline. We have Americans struggling. We have open borders. We have kids dying daily from fentanyl poison. We have people laying on the streets in Democrat-run cities. We have small businesses who are struggling to stay open. These liberal-run cities, people throwing bricks through these small businesses and stealing their merchandise. That's their livelihoods. We are a nation in decline, and all they're worried about is bringing down President Trump. Leave him alone. They're scared. They're worried. They're doing everything in their power to stop him. America, we will not stop.
But
Get mad today.
What everybody needs to understand, though, it doesn't matter, because this isn't gonna do anything but help him. All this does is helps Trump. That's all this does. They think that they're stopping him from campaigning, but in reality, they're only helping him. They're just helping him campaign. That's all they're doing. That's all they're doing.
August 3rd is the date. And they are setting his hearing for August 28th. Shame on them.
That's insane.
Can somebody grab that for me? Can somebody grab that paper for me?
That is.
So it's getting windy here and the rain's coming.
It doesn't matter, because it will backfire. It will backfire, like all of this has backfired. And it's so damn funny.
And that paperwork. Thank you. Thank you.
Let's see here.
All right, we had to get resituated here because we just had a big wind gust and things flying everywhere in a tight crowd. But we're being told that date could change, that the defense is arguing that date. This is coming again from NBC News, that the defense is arguing that date, as they should. Unbelievable. And while we're thinking of this and how they're going after Trump so hard, so fast, I want to question the rhinos in office right now. You see what they're doing to the Republicans. You see what they're doing to President Trump, and how dirty they are, and how evil they are, and how corrupt they are. We have control of the House. Impeach Joe Biden. Impeach him.
The coward Republicans are not going to do anything. And that's the whole reason we're in this position to begin with. And that's why I say, like, virtually every single person from this point forward that continues to run against President Trump on the Republican side, I think that they should never, ever be taken seriously again. And I know a lot of people are on the Vivek bandwagon. Like, I said this last night during CobraCast, if Vivek wants to be taken seriously, he should suspend his campaign right now and just say, I am suspending my campaign. I am putting my full support behind Donald J. Trump, because what is being done right now is dangerous, not only for our country right now, but for our country for the next 50 or 100 years. We cannot allow this. And I'm calling on every other Republican candidate in the field right now to fall in line and support Trump. Now, I don't expect the rest of them to do it. I just think Vivek has that kind of wild card mentality that he could do something like that, because he's accomplished what he's wanted to accomplish. What is Vivek wanted to accomplish? He's wanted to accomplish becoming relevant. He is relevant in some polls. He's tracking ahead of Ron DeSantis now. He's kind of at his peak right now. It's just one of those things, man. But I don't see that happening, but I think that that's what should happen. Yes, right. Yes, 100%. All right, let's hear what they're having to say. I see we got some super chats, so we'll get to those.
As we wait for more information, we do want to thank one of our other sponsors, Blackout Coffee. Go ahead after you call your local congressman and ask them if they're doing their job. Go ahead and order some Blackout Coffee while you're at it. Go with a coffee option that aligns with your conservative values, and that's Blackout Coffee. They are wonderful. The coffee tastes great. They support the American dream. It's a company that aligns with your conservative values. That's why I'm telling you to give them a try.
All right, while y'all are doing your sponsorship stuff, I will try another camera angle and see what we got going on. Right here we go. So this is just outside of the courthouse, apparently. Although I don't know, man. Why don't they pan the camera? Let's see the masses out there. If you listen to the few voices saying lock him up, you can hear how much they weigh. You can hear how much they weigh. Hotness poll, Depp's lawyer or Trump's lawyer. All right. So let me give you guys want that fucking poll, don't you? Give me a minute. All right, let's see here. All right, you guys want that poll. So you got Depp's lawyer and you got Trump's lawyer. Okay. So you've got, what's her name? Camille, whatever. All right. So you got her and you got, I'm trying here. Okay, so you've got here. All right, here we go. There's the poll. I'll share my screen. Okay, share entire window. So you got Trump's attorney, okay, and then you've got Depp's attorney. So I got to be careful here. So which one you got? Which one you got? There you go, chat. That's what we do here. That's what we're doing here. I love you, chat.
Has wrapped up as we see people exiting the courthouse. The people here standing witnessing this historic moment are starting to get a little more vocal out here as we see who is coming out of the courthouse right now. So stay with us with these live pictures as we wait. We're going to listen in and see who's walking out.
Make a hole, guys. Make a hole. Make a hole. Let them get up.
So is court over? Is that what we're getting at?
I know this guy. I know him. I know him. Oh, he's a newscaster.
Meetings have ended. We're also hearing that President Trump can waive his appearance at the next hearing. So we'll see what happens with that. We're being told, as you can see, people filing out that the hearing has ended. Here come the police officers as Trump starts to leave the courthouse and get in his motorcade back toward the airport to leave Washington, D.C. Our Brian Glenn will be with the motorcade, so you will be seeing live pictures on RSBN as President Trump makes his way back to the airport, leaving the courthouse.
All right, Trump's lawyer is winning on the poll.
Again, we're just going to listen in as more people start filing out as these proceedings end.
Hell yeah. I know you guys sent some more super chats. I appreciate it. Jenna says, hey, Jeremy, thanks for coming through with the stream. Hell199 for showing up. Hell yeah. Stuart Hamilton says election interference. Adam says she should have said Glass Rhino's reputation. Janan says Vivek kissed his chance goodbye by saying he is pro-choice. The ogre in the women's swimsuit got banned for all international competition today. LOL. Why have a poll? I choose both. Both is good. Alan says, how does NASA throw a party? They plan it. I was working in a casino 2016. They had the election on all TVs. I still remember all the lefties melting down as soon as they released that he won. It was a beautiful, beautiful moment.
As the proceedings have just wrapped up and people start exiting the federal courthouse here in Washington, D.C., President Trump did plead not guilty to the 4 charges brought against him in this latest indictment stemming from the 2020 election and January 6th. He pled not guilty. He is being released on the condition that he does not communicate with witnesses in the case except through or in the presence of counsel. According to NBC News, the judge informed the president that if he violates the conditions of his release, an arrest warrant can be issued for him and he could be detained. This warning is also a routine part of any arraignment where the defendant is not detained. So remember that. This is common in a case like this. According to NBC News, the judge also asked President Trump if he understands the conditions of his release and the penalties for violating them. The president responded off mic that he does and is then sworn to the conditions. He then signed paperwork at the defense table and is exiting now with his attorneys and his team members.
Hey, Jeremy, betas are the second in command to the alphas.
The judge
badass in
set
their
the
own
first
right.
hearing date in the case for August 28th.
You should call people omegas instead. If not, no worries. All hail the snake pit and the 199. I understand your point there for sure.
A terrible day in America.
Mm-hmm.
Jack Smith getting his way and rushing this case because he is doing everything in his power to bring President Trump down. He said he was going to expedite the process, and it is clear by setting the first date for August 28th. Shame on him.
Thank you.
Lots of people here with their cameras up as the motorcade gets ready to leave here from the federal courthouse. Police officers gearing up, lights on, sirens on.
Thank you, Mikey likes it. UK for President Trump. John Jones having to endure 8 years of people constantly shouting about
If
Donald
you missed it
Trump nonstop
earlier,
has
we
driven
did
me
have an
insane.
interview with
Really hope he
President
does
Trump's
win and
attorney
decimates
that is now
DC.
currently on our website and on social media pages. You can go back and look at that to see what she has to say about today's hearing. Again, that is on our website and also on our social media pages. So the motorcade is leaving.
Thank you, Warren Smith. Our buddy Warren G's. Warren's G's dropping 5 gifted memberships. Thank you, Warren. Somebody says the chat's being censored. I mean, it might be auto censored. YouTube has their own little system in place, but we only don't like you spamming. That's about it.
So it's 4:51 here, local time in Washington, D.C. That's 4:51 Eastern. The court proceedings were set to begin at 4 o'clock. The judge came in the courtroom just minutes later and read the charges to President Trump, in which he pled not guilty. She set the next hearing date for later in August. So we'll see what happens there as his defense argues against.
Oh, you mean the chat's freezing up? Yes, that is a common problem here on this stream, on this channel for some reason. I don't know why it happens, but yeah, it's very frustrating. Very frustrating.
And I'll just have to say, this is a surreal moment for me, and I'm sure it is for you at home too, because this should not be happening. This is just a waste of time, resources. It's unbelievable that these false accusations can continue to be had against a man for election interference. This is election interference, trying to bring down the left's top competitor. This day should not be here. I should be home with my family, and everyone else here should be as well. The law enforcement officers who are out here protecting us and protecting the president will be here to defend the president and to back him. We always will be. Yesterday, today, tomorrow, every day. But we shouldn't have to be, and that's the key. That's how corrupt our justice system is right now. Two-tier justice system. It's a do as I say, not as I do. The left gets away with everything. They're not being indicted. But let's make up false accusations against President Trump and indict him on bogus charges, one after another, 3 times since March. If America does not wake up, we are in big trouble. All right, you're looking at live pictures of President Trump's motorcade.
We are 21 members from 100 new members on this stream. Look at that. We're at 79 right now. 79 new members.
I don't want to be a fanatic. He left, right?
And a programming note for us here on RSBN, we will be in Alabama tomorrow for the state GOP dinner where President Trump will be speaking. So make sure you tune in for that. We will have live coverage of his speech. So we know he will bring up this latest indictment and probably have some words on what's ahead for him in this case. And we'll also be in South Carolina Saturday for the state GOP dinner there, where President Trump will also be speaking. So stay with RSBN throughout the weekend. We have live coverage with President Trump in Alabama and South Carolina. So make sure you are tuned into our RSBN app, rsbnnetwork.com. That's rsbnetwork.com. Also on Rumble. Don't forget to sign up for locals on Rumble.
Yes, I agree. He has sacrificed everything for us. Trump 2024. And look at there. Warren Smith just dropped 20 gifted memberships. Lying dog face pony soldier dropping a membership. Ladies and gentlemen, we are over 100. We are over 100. Sadie says thank you. Over 1K likes. Sexy back in coming. Hey, you never know. You might as well. It is a CobraCast. It is a CobraCast, okay? It is a CobraCast. And we got 5 more from Roman. Established 1989. Look at there, man. You guys are the best. Best chat on the internet. Best chat on the internet.
So it is thinning out just a little bit to give us a little bit of wiggle room. So we are, I think, able to move the camera around real quick. So we will get a glimpse finally of some of the people here.
Criminal insurrectionists broke into the county. That's what happened.
So this has been what's going on behind us. Some people here for Trump, some people here protesting against the president. But a huge flag right here.
What's up, Stacy S? Spartan music otherwise. What's up, Stacey S? How you doing?
Patriotic music playing with the American flag and a lot of Trump supporters on the other side. Now, what you're seeing right here are two protesters who are here because this is where the media is and they are wanting to get on the news. So that's what they do, right? They just want to be seen. But most of the Trump supporters are on the other side of the street. And as you can see, they got their way because a reporter stopped and talked to them. So I'm telling you the truth here on RSBN. This is what happens. And so the
Black and White Network in the house. Trump 2024. That's
converge. The 2 or 3 or 4 converge by the media, get their 2 or 3 minutes of fame, and then they mosey on. But to give you a real idea of what it's like out here, tons of Trump supporters, tons of people here supporting the president, only a few protesters. President Trump making his way back to the airport.
Ozma, thank you. Thank you so much, Jeremy, for being yourself and sharing your enthusiasm and love for our president. Your content uplifts many, many people, myself included. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. I'm glad you guys enjoy what I do. That's really all I care about. The people enjoy what we do. That's really all that matters. Chris Moore, Jeremy, did you see Alan Dershowitz said the Supreme Court has the ability to swat this down and stop and put a stop to all the phony indictments that have no standing? Hail 199, Trump or nothing. I didn't hear that particularly, but I from my understanding, they definitely they can. And again, man, I'm just telling you, I have full faith that when this is all said and done, and I'll go back to after the 2020 election and after they banned Trump from Twitter, they banned it from Facebook, they banned it from Instagram, they banned it from YouTube. That was like, I felt like, how is this even happening? How are we at this point in time where this is happening? How have we gotten it? How is this possible? How is this the United States of America? And you know, you look at where we are now and how much things have changed in just a short amount of time. And I said from that point forward, Trump's going to spend the next 4 years running the Trump 2024 campaign. That's exactly what he's done. I firmly believe that this will all work out and Trump will once again be president.
Is that correct?
You're a hard-working lady.
Okay. I tried to make a Make Canada Great Again movement, but everyone pronounced it McGay.
All right. We are just moments away from going to the motorcade live with Brian Glenn, who is with President Trump and his security detail, as well as his attorneys and Trump team. So stand by for that. That should be here any minute. President Trump getting very close to the airport. So stay with RSBN for these exclusive photos.
You're a hard-working lady.
And thanks for watching as well. We support the president and we support his love for America and we appreciate him and God bless him. And God bless all of you at home as well. In this fight, we're all going to get through it together. All right, we're going to toss now live to Brian Glenn.
From the motorcade as we make our way into the airport area. Thank you, Vanessa Broussard, giving us providing continual coverage of this indictment here in D.C. live from outside the courthouse. We are just, looks like a couple minutes from kind of pulling up to where we saw this take place earlier. It may take a little bit of time to get these vehicles in positioning, obviously, to get President Trump in front of Trump Force One to make his way back on the plane. Now, I have been told there will be a quick statement by the former president, and we'll see what he has to say about perhaps the takeaways from earlier today. Maybe take a few questions as well. At this point, we just don't know. But you're taking a live look at from the motorcade as we make our way up to the airport. We're in a press vehicle, so we've got several outlets that are with us in here as well, all covering today's historic event here in D.C. Today being the third indictment on the former president in regards to January 6th, the other two specifically on mishandling classified documents. If we want to sit there and shoot back this way, you'll get a chance to look at Trump Force One. It is starting to rain, and it was coming down on the way here to the airport. So the weather being a little bit of a factor, perhaps, on whether or not the President Trump will take any questions or not. Obviously, he doesn't want to necessarily stand in the rain and do this. But I've been told we are going to perhaps do this underneath the wing to provide a little bit of shelter. That's a great look that you have right now of Trump Force One. Let's see if we're going to be making our way out of here. Bear with us. We are live here at DCA Reagan International Airport. I'm going to pile out of here.
I haven't watched the Tim Ballard interview yet, but I actually would like to watch that Tim Ballard interview with Trump. Let's see here.
A little harder than normal. Now, this is one of those situations where we're going to try to get up here as quickly as possible to get in position to be able to cover the president making his exit from the vehicle. Make our way in here. Here we go. All right. As you can see, they positioned the media here just from the stairs. Of course, the president is in the vehicle and he's going to make his exit, I would presume, with the help of an umbrella as the rain is starting to come down out here. We appreciate you watching us. We are live at DCA Reagan International Airport covering this historic day for President Trump, a third indictment in regards to January 6th. We'll have full post-event coverage on our social medias as we start to go through some of the proceedings of the hearings today, and we'll push that news out. As a reminder, please go check out our website, rsbnetwork.com, rsbnetwork.com. Sign up for our newsletter. That is a great way to get information pushed out.
Yes, we do have some, I don't even know if they're C- trolls, D+ maybe at best. But yeah, we got some I'd say D+ trolls at best in the chat.
In terms of President Trump. We're moments away. He will exit the vehicle. Hopefully we'll come over here, take a few questions from the press here and perhaps make a statement. Now, granted, we are just, here he comes right here. The audio might be a little tough because we are just underneath this plane.
Come on, there he comes. Let's go, Trump.
Well, thank you very much. This is a very sad day for America. And it was also very sad driving through Washington, D.C. and seeing the filth and the decay and all of the broken buildings and walls and the graffiti. This is not the place that I left. It's a very sad thing to see it. When you look at what's happening, this is a persecution of a political opponent. This was never supposed to happen in America. This is the persecution of the person that's leading by very, very substantial numbers in the Republican primary and leading Biden by a lot. So if you can't beat him, you persecute him or you prosecute him. We can't let this happen in America. Thank you very much.
Do you want these trials to happen?
President.
Mr. President.
Delivering a couple remarks as he makes his way.
Boss with his Trump umbrella. Yeah, got the Trump umbrella. Love it. That is good stuff there. So yeah, I mean, this dude just continues to withstand every single thing that they throw his way. He's unstoppable. MAGA is unstoppable. Trump is more popular than he's ever been. And you know, it's amazing that this dude continues to take everything they throw at him.
The condition of this city, seeing the graffiti, seeing some of the buildings being decaying. We've been told we've got to wrap up and go back into the press gaggle, or the press van rather, and make our way back. Quick shot of some of the advisors making the way. Jason Miller.
All right, so I think that's going to close it out. I do have a couple things I have to tend to. I've been this was not a planned live stream that I was going to do today, but I did want to cover this for everybody. Everybody was asking me for an emergency CobraCast so I could cover this. I'm glad that I did. Let me see. Groovy Lava Squirrel Medic said, screw Judas Pence. Dragon Dances, they said it was raining. Rain is considered a blessing. Make of that what you will. Give me back my son. Patton was 360 Games says 2016 was a new hope. 2020 is the Empire Strikes Back. 2024 will be the Return of the Jedi. Trump 2024. Absolutely. And yeah, and so I just during the stream, and again, I'm in Orlando right now, so I may have to be traveling back to Pensacola. Got a not a great phone call about the status of my dog that I've been telling you guys about. So I've got to find out what's going on with that. I may be traveling back to Pensacola tonight. I don't know. If that's the case, I will not be on the member stream. So I've got to see what's going on with that. It really sucks, but I'm trying not to think about it until I get off of this stream because dogs are family. So I will be finding out what's going on with that. But I really do appreciate you so much, and I hope you guys have a great day. Trump is the greatest president of my lifetime. I will continue to support him. I will support him no matter what. There's nothing they can do. There's no scenario where I will support anyone other than Trump. You can take his name off the ballot and I will write him in. I refuse under any circumstance to vote for anyone other than Donald Trump for president. He is the only man that can save our country. He's the only man that can turn us around from the depths of hell that Biden has us in. So, I will keep you guys posted. I really do appreciate all the support, the gifted memberships, the donations, the likes. You guys are the best chat on the whole internet, and nobody's even close. I love the enthusiasm. I love the interaction. I love the back and forth. And I am nothing without the people. And that is just a fact. So thank you guys so very much. I'll keep you posted on everything. Maybe I'll see you for the member stream. Maybe not. I don't know yet. But you guys have a great day, and we'll talk to all of you later. Bye, everyone.